Hello friends. So today we're gonna play with one of these beautiful vintage Santa Claus prints. This measures 8 inches by 10.5 inches and it's in my Etsy shop, and it comes with 5 different vintage Victorian type Santas in various poses and different, but it's all similar to this, very Victorian and vintage looking. So I'm going to use this one today, and I'm using a 2x6 that I cut at 8 inches long. And so to begin with, I am going to paint the sides and the back Crimson Chalk Paint by Waverly. This is such a pretty Christmas red. I really like this color by Waverly. And it's a little bit on the thick side. I probably should have thinned it out a little bit, but I think we'll get it to work just fine. If it sits too long, it tends to thicken up just a little bit. So we'll get it all painted here. And so just the top, the back, and the sides. I'm not going to do the bottom or the front because I'm going to decoupage on the front. And I thought about painting the front white, but I think with this dark of a print, and it's not on like a rice paper or tissue paper or anything, it's on a just regular printer paper, so I think it will be just fine, just straight on the wood. Yeah, it's a little on the thick side. So we'll get this painted and then give it a good hit. Okay, I think that's good enough now. And I think I will put it on this paper towel just because I know how messy I am. Now we're gonna, whoops, just got a little bit left in this bottle. Make sure you get the Mod Podge to every little tiny part of it, so your paper will adhere really, really well, especially the corners and the edges. Sometimes I pounce because that really gets it out of the sponge and back onto your surface, and then smooth it out. Now we'll give this a quick dry as well. Okay. Now we will actually calm the red down so it's not so bright when I get to the sanding part and stuff like that. So now I just need to position my paper, and it's perfect in the height of it, how long it is. I just need to decide how I want him over to the left just a little bit. I think, anyway, that's kind of way I'm leaning. I think that's good. This is my favorite way to decoupage. It's less messy, definitely have less wrinkles on your project. So you put your parchment paper on, of course, and then just grab your mini iron. I've got this one that I got on Amazon. I love it. It's teeny tiny, works perfect for my needs. Kind of looks like a toy, but it works great. So you just kind of iron, make sure you get everywhere, especially edges and corners. Probably for, I don't know, half minute to a minute at least, I think. And just periodically check your edges and make sure, yeah, they're getting down already. Okay, I'm gonna call that good. I'm gonna unplug my iron right now because I'm notorious for leaving that thing plugged in and I do not want to burn my house down. Okay, so as you can see, that's on there quite nicely. Now we're just gonna take my little mini sander, got this on Amazon, and just do one motion going in the same direction, going down. This is going to be really cute, really pretty. I love these vintage looking old-fashioned Santas. So I'm just going to make the edges look kind of worn. Just make sure the top is smooth too, even though it basically fit the lengthwise perfectly. I just want all the edges to look the same. Nothing really to come off there too much. So now I'm just going to sand the edges really well. Make it look more weathered, distressed, older. And you can do as much or as little of this as you want. Just depends if you like this look. I do a lot. But I don't want really smooth edges of my image. Got some fuzzies on this edge, and it's mostly just where the Mod Podge came out, so I just want to kind of smooth that up. I think I need to replace my sandpaper on this sander. It'd be a little quicker, I think. Okay, so I've got the edges slightly roughed up. Nothing, I didn't go too crazy with it. And I'm just going to take my Tim Holtz Distress Oxide ink. It's in the color Vintage Photo. And go around all the edges. And I like to really focus on all the corners especially. And again, you can do as much or as little of this as you like, or not at all. This look isn't for everyone. Just gonna calm down that red a little bit, make it a little more rustic looking and old and worn. And the back probably doesn't matter too much, but we'll get at least the edges. And I could be using my Kiehl's dark sealing wax. That would probably do a little bit better job on the wood on this big surface. This is usually better for a little bit smaller surfaces, but it's kind of a habit. I always just grab that. And I got a little dot of red on there that I'm going to have to play with and get that off. Okay. So now I've got these picks that I got on Amazon. And I think I will staple those on. Got this staple gun that I got on Amazon as well. It's pretty handy to have around. Probably about there. I'm still going to put some hot glue, just because those pick ends were kind of thick, and so the staple, it goes into the wood obviously, but not that far. So I think just a little extra glue, a little support will be good. I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to get my little mini Bodabra bow maker I've got. I'm going to put a long string of thin twine in it. And I think for starters, I'm just going to put, I'm not going to make loops. I'm just going to put a piece of this in the back of it. Trying to just see approximately where the middle is. And just shove that down there. I've got this fun little wired Christmas ribbon that I actually got on clearance at Hobby Lobby last year. So we'll just kind of stick some of that down. And then we'll go back and forth. So we have a loop and a tail on each side. So this is just the mini Bodabra. The regular Bodabra goes up a little higher, and I can see the benefits of that sometimes when you're working with bulkier, thicker ribbons, then it goes up higher. But for the most part, this mini one works great for me, and I like the cost of it better, so it was worth it to me just to get the mini. So I'm going to get some twine, and I'm just going to put some loops back and forth. I don't know, maybe 4 to 5 loops on each side. I think I'll put 4 on each side. That should be enough. If I decide it needs more, I can put more. I'm going to put those in there. And I got this red cord. I also got this on clearance last year at Hobby Lobby as well. It's definitely when I like to get my ribbons, is after the holiday is over. The only bad part about doing it that way is then the new year comes and they have new and beautiful and more trendy ribbons. But I was in Hobby Lobby the other day, and they've actually got a lot of the same ones we had last year, so that worked out great to get them on clearance. So you just pull those twine up, and then tie them in a tight knot. And you can cut them off if you want, which I think I will. And if you're planning on putting something in the front, then it's okay to tie your knot in the front. But otherwise, you want to make sure you get a knot on the back. But I am going to glue something in the front there. So I think I'm going to put all this on the top. And I know I'll have to cut and fix all the loops. And the tails are definitely too long, but we'll get it all trimmed up after I get it glued down nicely. So I think I'll put quite a good glob of glue on. That's what I got so far, but you can tell I've got to trim it up, obviously, but we'll get it, make sure it's stuck down there good. And I think I'm going to put some jingle bells in the middle there, but I've also meant to get my tag out earlier. I got to find my little Christmas tag. I got this little tag that I printed on my computer. It just says Merriest Christmas Wishes. So I think I'll use my little corner rounder and just use the smallest one. And I'm just going to punch a hole in it. I'm going to use a little bit of twine. So I take the loop through the top, then wrap around and bring the whole thing through. That's obviously way too long, but we'll see what we need. I think I'm going to use some of this wired floral wire. It's kind of like a brown paper covered. I'm just going to make some little, what are they called? Like tendrils, I guess you could say. So I just wrap it around a pencil or whatever's handy. Wrap it around a few times, push it up a little bit. And this is probably more than enough, so we'll call that good. And it's a thin wire, so scissors cut it pretty nicely. But as you can see, that's a huge roll of it. This is going to last me a long time. And they have other colors too, so the link to that will be below this video. I don't know how many I'm going to put on. I don't know if I'll even use them or not. But I think I need to fluff my bow and see how I want everything to show. And I got these rusty jingle bells on Amazon. So I think we'll put at least one, maybe two on there. I can get that in the camera there. So we'll let those set up and make sure they're dried really well. I'm going to work with some of these twine loops, kind of situate them the way I want. And now to decide where I want my tag. I want to distress this. So I'm going to go around the edges. A lot of times I crumple them up and use my scissors to rough up the edges. I can't decide if that's what I'm going to do with this one or not. I might just distress it with this ink and call that good. Sometimes less is more. I'll cut that a little bit. Getting that in that little globble glue underneath the ribbons and that. Get rid of all these glue strings. I just kind of wrap them around my fingers and then wad them up in a ball. And so that's what I've got so far, and I kind of want it to hang just perfectly so I think I'm going to put a little dab of glue under that corner. And I like it a lot. I think it turned out really, really pretty. I just want the twine and everything to look pretty. And that is it. I hope this inspires you to make something similar. Again, the link to all these vintage Santa prints will be in my listing, Etsy listing, and the link will be below the video. They come 8 inches by 10.5, and some go horizontally, some go vertically. Great for card making, framing, decoupage, all kinds of fun paper crafting and wood crafting, just about anything you have in mind. Let's use these. I forgot I cut these off. Just kind of adds just that final little touch sometimes a project needs, is something just small like this. I think I will put 3. Sometimes I feel like odd numbers just kind of finish things off a little bit. So I'm just going to put that one right in there. Okay, very nice. And that is it. And I think she turned out so pretty. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate your support. Please like and subscribe to my channel. And you have a whimsical day. Thanks so much.